Wednesday evening, friends and neighbors, and welcome to the first episode of my new Out of the Park 27 save, Saving Mike Trout. There he is. So, that's the talent we're working with. Our goal is to make sure that we can get this man to a World Series championship. Probably going to do it in left field, but we were starting him in center for today. A few house rules about this one, too. I do want to go over those quickly. Let's go back to the results screen. So, I didn't want to just make this like the Flying Purple baseball beaters where I didn't have any house rules involved. I wanted to throw in some stuff similar to what I did with like the Saturday Starlight or the Saturday Seafarers. Part of that is the Bork rule, so named after Ray Bork, who spent, I think, 2 decades with the Boston Bruins and never won a cup. Signed with the Avalanche for a year and a bit, and then won it in his final season before retiring. So if we're in a playoff position by the trade deadline, we must have the oldest player without a ring on our roster. You know, they don't have to be on the playoff roster for it to count, but they do have to be in the org. I'm also going to include the Kozono rule, so named for, I think it was in the Stampede. I traded for a player and then traded him away within a season. So, no trading away players acquired by trade. I have to either cut them or they have to leave via free agency. No long-term extensions before ARB1. That's particularly with Trout in mind. I know I could lock it into a ridiculous contract at this point, but doesn't make sense. Might be considered cheating. Have to wait until he hits ARB1. Our owner, Marty Oreno, is always going to be meddlesome. So no matter how many times we start this save over, Marty is going to be a nuisance. His involvement is interfering. I will leave the rest of his stats generated by the game. And most importantly, Mike Trout has to be on the playoff roster for a World Series win for us to consider our mission achieved. With all that preamble said, let's go take a look at what we're working with here. The pickings, they are slim, and the situation is grim. Was it Perry Manassian who had the job before me? I can't remember. So we do at least have a team captain, but we also have a bunch of jerks on it. Not sure how well that's going to pan out. Pitching wise, so we got Dan Herron in his walk year coming up. Might be worth keeping considering how durable and how good he was last year. Ervin Santana, not the version from the Flying Purple baseball beaters where he basically got the Pedro Martinez juice. Still decent, but may not be worth an extension. You know me, I like my movement, guys. Jared Weaver, our ostensible ace. This is his final season before hitting free agency. But he's going to be 30, and that's usually a no-no spot for me, and that's a hefty price tag. I feel like we could do better in free agency. Jerome Williams in our number 4 spot in the rotation, or number 5. CJ Wilson, our lone lefty. Signed him to a decent enough contract. I'd be okay with this. Control's a little worrisome, but maybe he'll do better here than in in Texas and in the real world. Bullpen has a bunch of old farts in LaTroy Hawkins and Jason Isringhausen. Jepsen is interesting. Takahashi, gotta have my Japanese guy. This is his second season in the majors. Rich G. Thompson from Down Under. Jordan Walden apparently tagged for long relief. I don't know. I look at this guy and I see a future closer. He was the closer last season, so let's go suggest him as such at least. Nope. Mike Scioscia is being particular about it, speaking of meddlesome guys. He wants Scott Downs to close, which the fact that he's not a stuff guy is fine. He did miss most of last year, though. Oh no, he appeared in 60 games. Never mind. So that's the pitching staff. Over on the fielding side, we got Chris Iannetta, final year of his contract before he reaches free agency. 3 True Outcomes profile. Did we? Oh, we just signed him as a free agent in the offseason, it looks like. Maybe he's worth an extension? We'll see how well he compares or plays in Anaheim. And yes, you will note, I changed the team name. So yeah, this is the first year of the disastrous Pujols contract, but at least he has an opt-out after this season. Maybe he takes it? At the moment, he's going to be our leading first baseman. Howie Kendrick at second. Meister Isturis, super utility dude. We got him playing third base against lefties. Gene Segura, I'm thinking is going to eventually take over as our shortstop. And he is a team captain, so he's a top prospect who's coming up alongside Trout. Maybe both these guys become like my Guillen and Griffey. Sort of become a combo going forward. But we got Eric Ibar on the spot right now, and we don't have an offseason to move him to second, so Segura at third it is, at least for now. Trumbo, Big Pop, not much else. V-Dub, Vernon Wells, this is his walk year. If anything, I'd rather have him in center field, but we'll give him a chance to prove himself. Trout in center, we already covered. Peter Borges, our backup outfielder. Defensive stud. If he finishes developing this way, he's going to be fun to try and fit into this outfield, especially since we got Bobby Abreu for 2 years. Thanks. I mean, yes, Bop is always nice. And we got the ageless Torrey Hunter in right field. Problem is, we have basically no one else who could be called up in any urgent manner. We got Matt Shoemaker in AAA. Could turn to something. Mike Clevenger. If the control develops, it could be something solid. Ryan Brazier. Ooh, I like Brazier. Okay. And he's a team captain. All right, so let me... I'm going to have to start learning all these guys and where their talents are. Austin Adams, big flamethrower type. Yeah, short looks like a bit of a empty pit. Oh, we do have CJ Crone down in the minors, so with some good development, we could see the Crone zone come up. Efren Navarro, probably next man up for a DH type. And we got Cole Calhoun knocking on the door. Maybe a trade chip. We've also got Matt Long as a second base super utility infield type. Well, that simplifies things. I don't have to worry about my player development budget or my draft budget. Given that we don't have international things to scout, I'm not sure what Billy Benson is doing. And I know Mike Scioscia is going to be handling the hiring for these roles, so less much for me. I know. I think I'm okay with Taylor Conrad as our team trainer. I'm not sure if there's better options out there. No, they're very much... Oh, those are all coach ratings. Let's look at trainer ratings. So we could go with a Danny Flores type, or someone like a Scott Nelson. Keep the arms healthy. Yeah, well, we'll see if Scott Nelson wants to come in and be our team trainer. And then for scouting, annoying scout issue. What am I missing? Cardinal fan, what am I getting myself into? Okay, we gotta go with Taylor Westbrook. Highly favored tools is exceedingly my jam. All right, we got our team trainer and our scouting director. Let's see who my manager is thinking. Ooh, Alex Guzman is a good call. Bench coach Matt Dennis. Talent. Jay Kernick. Yeah, well, you know what? Credit to Mike Scioscia. He knows what he's doing. Ah, good to know, Cardinal fan. Appreciate it. Play at least 500 ball. And LaTroy Hawkins is hanging up the cleats after this season. Ah, yes. Okay, so it's 2012. Right. The season's starting in Tokyo. So I got to make sure that I have the Tokyo Dome in my save file for this to be truly accurate. So I'm going to hop into... Stall for more time, stall for more time. Go to ballparks, models. If you want the Tokyo Dome as well, you'll have to get it from Project Isekai no Yakyu, because I don't believe Silva M has his version up on the forums anymore. Could be wrong. So let's go edit ballparks. It's... Oh, this looks like... I need the ballparks mod. Hang on a second. Nope, hang on. That looks right. I'll have to double check later, but I think everything looks good. But let's do this. Let's go add new park. This is Tokyo Dome. And import. Oop. There we go. And then go into the, oh, wait, what was the ballpark number? 219. Go into the league schedule. Update these to be in the right place. I mean, yeah, 100% scouting does work. I do that on my online league, but if it happens, let's do that. What the hey, let's watch Seattle versus Oakland in Tokyo Dome for a little bit. I want to see how the new in-game setup works. So modern 3D view. Let's do behind mound. Turn down the crowd, or turn down the ambient volume. And crowd. Okay. Hello, Tokyo Dome. And Ichiro lines one deep to left field. First at bat of the season. Ichiro homers in his home country. Who says he doesn't have pop? Did Brendan McCarthy groove him one there? Is that what's going on? Kurt Suzuki biffs that one. Rolls to the backstop. Mike Carp now with 2 on. Bounce at a first. Infield single Mike Carp. And it's 2-0. Justin Smoke lines one into right field. McCarthy getting an ambush start here. Going first to third is Mike Carp. Guy's got some speed. Apparently. Saunders strikes out for the second out of the inning. Brendan Ryan bouncer to third. Throw was on the money by Donaldson. Felix Hernandez. Cruising as you might expect. Very slow grab by Justin Smoke. Carp again with 2 ducks on the pond. You want me to know something? What's that thing? All right, a 2-6-3 double play. Impressive. Oh, of course there's going to be a lineup intro. Cardinal fan. That's why it took me so long to start this save. I am offended you think I would start this without one. Meanwhile, Felix Navidad, he's cruising at the moment. High pop-up, dome scraper to left. Easy grab there by Saunders. Just the 1 hit so far. Another pop-up to right. Ichiro. Watch the arm. And Josh Reddick. Bounce at a second. I mean, technically this is me doing opposition research on my division mates. Solo shot by Casper Wells makes it 4-0 Seattle. The Athletics break through. It's 4-1. Kurt Suzuki to left field. Playable. Saunders brings it in. Ryan Cook, top of the 9th. Runners at the corners. Seager, hard hit to first. That will end the top of the 9th. Tom Wilhelmsen into the game for the save. It's a hard hit to the short. Easy play for Brendan Ryan. One away. Here's Cespedes. Line to center field. That'll fall for a base hit. Cespedes thinking 2. Nope, he'll stick with just 1. Brandon Moss swings and offers at a pitch outside. Seth Smith, line drive to center. Charging in is Wells. Ball game. Seattle wins this one 4-1. And it looks like we've given up on Andy Guzman. Now we're trying to get Andy van der Veer instead. Fine by me. There we go. We got our hitting coach. Now, I know that in the real MLB, there's actually evidence of the lineup intro for the Los Angeles Angels in 2012. They used Spirit in the Sky, but that's not my jam. That's not what I want to use. So I'm going to be doing something a little different. Let me just... I hope this is set up properly. Did any of y'all watch The Raccoons? Nope, that's the wrong file. Ah, shoot. Hang on. Batting first, the right fielder, Torrey Hunter. Batting second, the designated hitter, Mark Trumbo. Batting third, the center fielder, Mike Trout. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Albert Pujols. Batting fifth, the catcher, Chris Iannetta. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Eric Aybar. Batting seventh, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Batting eighth, the left fielder, Vernon Wells. Batting ninth, the third baseman, Mysor Izturis. And your starting pitcher, Jared Weaver. Thanks. Yeah, clearly my manager had some ideas of his own, changing from what I originally was planning. Yeah, I'm hoping to do more animation and stuff in the intro as the season goes on, as the save goes on. For now, it's a beautiful night in Anaheim. And Alcides Escobar swings and misses for strike 3. Let's switch that to CF close. Go. Let's also turn up the crowd sound a little bit. Ezra. Here's Eric Hosmer now. Line to right field. Torrey Hunter backing up just before the track. No, it clanks off his mitt. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. First error of the season on Torrey Hunter. That'll bring up Country Breakfast himself, Billy Butler. Oh, one back pick is thrown, and they caught Hosmer stealing. Ionetta on the money for the second out. 1-2 on the way from Weaver. Hard hit to third. Izturis up throwing. Scoop by Pujols. Inning over. Bruce Chen pitching for the Royals. Dribbler out in front of the mound. And it gets past Butler. Oh no, errors on both sides. How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Torrey Hunter scoots into second. Trumbo now, 0-2.
Strike three.
Check swing, strike 3. Trout with a chance to drive him in. Called, strike 3. Pujols now, 0-2. Line to center field, charging in. The center fielder won't be able to make the play. And Hunter scores. Pujols with an RBI single, advancing to second on the throw from Gerard Dyson. We ran on a 90 arm? Yikes. Alcides Escobar has apparently never played second base before. They're letting Unieski Betancourt handle that. Here's Ionetta. Soft liner to left center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Pujols will hold at third. Too early in the season to be doing that kind of thing. Ibar. Line to right center field. Not running on Frank Kerr either. 2-0 courtesy of the Ibar single. Here's Kendrick at second. Bruce Chen is getting lit up just a little bit. V-dub. Hard hit right to the shortstop Betancourt. Ooh. Good start. Good start. Yay, there's still the spray chart. Alex Gordon, big shift on him. And he's aboard with a walk. Equally big shift for Salvi Perez. He's going to launch this to left. Wells tracking it just in front of the track. Yeah, the walk? Yeah, I don't know if that was on. My guys are going to be getting their steps in with all the walking back and forth to shift on everyone. Dribbler in front of the mound. Weaver goes to second. Alex Gordon got his bell rung. Oh no. Guys, don't blame me. It's not my fault. Good block by Ionetta there. Bouncer to third. Izturis' throw on the money. Through 2, Angels lead 3-0. Speaking of Izturis, here he is leading off. Bottom of the second. High fly ball to center. Dyson, plenty of room out there, makes the out. Hunter pops it up straight up Moustakas. Makes an easy grab there for the second out of the inning. Here's Trumbo now. Strikeout victim last time up. Woof! Oh boy! Opposite field, Yik Yak for Mark Trumbo. First home run of the season for the Angels. Hanging slider. Ouch. And Trout to basically the same place. Back-to-back jacks. Two pitches apart. $115 miles per hour off the bat. Yikes. Starting things off, Dyson, top of the third. Line to second, over the head of Ibar. Leadoff single for Dyson, the speedster. Yeah, we're going to be checking in on him. Full count. Swing and a miss, strike three. Escobar, the leadoff man. Infield, a double play depth. Ionetta's throw down to second is nowhere near accurate. Oh no. And Dyson will take the extra base. It's now 5-0 with a runner at third. Corners are in to guard the bunt. Weaver with another decent play on a nubber. Hosmer now. Aboard with a walk. The ever-dangerous Billy Butler. Line to center field. Trout has a beat on it, though. Inning over. Ionetta, Ibar, Kendrick up against Chen. Dribbler back towards Chen. One out. Ibar seeing a grounder. Ooh, good play by Alcides. He's getting his second baseman rating right now as we're playing. Kendrick watches strike three sail past, froze him with a curveball. Through three, it's all Angels. Trout just waits for this one to come down. One away. Here's the pull, guys. Very high pop-up. Hunter makes the grab, 2 down. Two to Moustakas. Swing and a miss. Weaver keeps it scoreless. Very inside. Vernon Wells walks. That'll be the end of the day for Bruce Chen. Lewis Coleman into the game. He'll face Meiser Isturiz. Let's see. Can Ibar play second? No. I'm just thinking how best to use my bench dudes. Abreu DHing seems like a good call. And Segura, maybe we would put Segura in as a defensive sub over his tourists. Yeah, that's the play. Still, we'll let him bat. Take a pitch. See if they think V-Dub's going to run. Okay, so trying to run on Salvador Perez was kind of a dumb idea. Oh well. And now Torrey Hunter, full count on the way from Coleman. Outside for ball 4. 2 walks issued, or a walk issued here. Trumbo swings and misses. Weaver. Oh, that's a beautiful looking breaking ball. Slow curve, 65 miles an hour, that said. I mean, Weaver is going to be expensive, but also he's been such a stalwart of this team. I'm going to have some real tough decisions to make as to whether or not to keep him or not. I know we got the budget, I just... Popped up behind second. Kendrick makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Mike Trout swings and misses. Second strikeout of the game. Pujols straight up. Betancourt makes the grab. Iannetta deep to right center field. That one sneaks into the backstop. 410 feet. That was hard to tell if it was going out or if it was going to carome off the wall. Slow one, too. Only 81 miles an hour off the bat. Wind assisted, perhaps? Oh, yeah, we need a custom horn, too. Weaver still only thrown 65 pitches. Easy pop-up for Hunter. One away. Hosmer inside out to this one. Right to is Sturis. 2 down. Bounce it to third. Is Sturis looking pretty good over at third, I gotta say. Kendrick hit hard towards short in the hole. What a play by Betancourt. Wowzers. V-Dub laced to left field. That one will get into the corner. Takes an odd bounce in there. Hosmer's throw is, or Francoeur's throw is late. V-Dub with a V-double. Here's Kelvin Herrera dealing with Isturis. That one's going to clank away to the backstop. That'll move Wells up to third. Squares to bunt. The safety squeeze is on. They'll go home and get rid of Wells, though. Worth a try. Hunter watches strike 3 sail past. Let's see. You know what? Let's get Segura in at third. A little bit of a hands crew improvement. High drive to center. That's going to bounce in front of Trout. Leadoff double for Lorenzo Cain. Here's Salvi. 0-1 on the way. Fly ball to center field. Trout tracks it down for the first out of the inning. Cain moves over to third. Here is Moustakas. 3-1 on the way. Line to the opposite field. That'll break the shutout. And an error on the left fielder Wells. That ball scoots past it. And Moustakas ends up at second. That's what, 3 errors in this game? Where's our fundamentals? Dribbler to short. Easy play there for Ibar. 2 down. We head to stretch time here in Anaheim. Angels lead 6-1. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me root for the Halos. Bobby Abreu pinch hitting here for Mark Trumbo up against Kelvin Herrera. Belted to center. Easy play for Dyson. Trout launches one to left center field. That's going to bounce off the wall. And now you know why he's the face of this franchise. He's thinking of going for 3. In there with a triple. This kid really makes things happen out there. Pujols to left. Tagging and scoring will be Mike Trout to restore the 6-run lead. You know what? Given where we're at in the season, let's not burn up Weaver's arm. Let's go to Isringhausen.
Strike 3.
At least get him loose. We'll see how Weaver handles the next few batters. Bouncer to third. Segura on the money. There's the defensive improvement. Leadoff man Escobar. Gobbled by Iannetta. Infield single. Escobar is that fast. All right. We're going to trust Weaver here. Bounce it to first. Close play, but Pujols makes it. 2 down, runner at second for Billy Butler. Oof! All right, well, we're not in a safe situation yet, but let's get Isringhausen up again just to be safe. I think Weaver has hit the wall. Yep, 7 2/3. That'll work. Isringhausen into the game. And he's also going to launch one over the head of Wells. Almost a ground rule double. And now we're in a save situation. Oh no. Let's get Walden up. Royals making a game of it. Fly ball deep to right field. That's going to land and clank around in the corner. And now the tying run comes to the plate. Scott Downs and Jordan Walden both loosening quickly. Francoeur, 1-2. Swing and a miss. Rockies. Angels hold serve at 7-5. Yeah, we're going to go with Downs to finish it out. Tim Collins. There are some who call me Tim. Ibar aboard with a leadoff single, or leadoff walk, and a little hit and run action. Means he's going to make it all the way to third. Pouncing on the first pitch, Howie Kendrick. Wells now. Fly ball to right. Good play by Kane. Throw will be late, and the Angels regain one. It's 8-5. Segura, his first at-bat of the season. Swings and misses on an inside changeup. Hunter, line shot straight back through the box. Here's Abreu up against Collins now. Chopper up to second. Escobar, throw to first is on the money. System of a Downs entering the game. High bouncer to short. Ibar with a tough play. No dice. Dyson's speed makes it academic. Straight back through the middle. They'll deal with the runner at first. Good play by Ibar. Full count on Escobar. Swing and a miss. Crowd on its feet. Downs looking for the save here. Full count pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Angels win this one 8-5. Drive home safely. Well, we needed all that offense. Yikes. Ambushed Bruce Chen. Only 2 of those runs were earned because of the error. And there's the raid in. Welcome in, Raiders from Dr. Dynastic. Welcome to Saving Mike Trout. We are here in 2012 to try and accomplish the unthinkable. Prentice Brown, thank you for the follow. Yes, I am back, and here's the rules of this save. Most importantly, that Mike Trout has to be on the playoff roster for a World Series win for it to count as completing our goal. The Bork rule is in effect, named after Ray Bork. We must have the oldest player without a ring on the roster if we're in a playoff position by the trade deadline. The Cozono rule is in effect. No trading away players we acquire by trade. No long-term extensions before ARB1. Oh, thank you, Flash. I appreciate that. It's all good, Doc. Thanks. And, of course, our owner, Marty Oreno, is always going to be meddlesome. So let's see how this opening series ends for us. Pick up a win 7-3. And we sweep the Royals 6-5, hanging on for dear life. All right, that went... Oh, another one! Thank you for the solo raid, Rooney. I appreciate that. I was not aware that's a thing that could happen. And thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. All right, so we're in Minnesota now. Irvine Santana on the bump. Yeah, so yeah, this was not the World Series champion Royals. Basically, my plan is to get through like the first couple months of the season before starting to make changes and making this team, you know, mine. We're going to play this one at Target Field, Le Stade Target. They got Ryan Domet in left. Interesting. In part because I want to show off the uniforms. For the visiting team. I mean, yeah, that's the hope. All right, so you can't see them too well. Let me see if I can just zoom in on first base or something. Let me turn off the... Actually, we'll leave that as is. Skip, thank you for the follow. Hollywood Tie, thank you. There we go. You can almost make it out on Torrey Hunter. That says Anaheim on the front. First thing I did when I took over this team. Fix the naming. Irvine Santana getting into a little bit of a problem.
Strike three.
Justin Morneau, great Canadian kid. Skip, I used to have Twitch affiliate. Oh dear. I turned it off. This is 2012, Hollywood Tie. Why, are the Twins uniforms inaccurate? I used to be an affiliate. I turned it off because I wanted to take a break from streaming for a while. I may very well go back to it, but not making any firm decisions yet. Kendrick high and deep to right field. Wow. 417 feet. Let's watch where that one landed. Whee! Ben Revere, a thorn in my side. That's right. Last year was not just Ken Griffey Jr., but also Grady Sizemore and Bryce Harper. That was the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters from Out of the Park 23 to 26. I only finished it up like back in October, I think. Or at the start of this year. Yeah, go check out my YouTube channel. There's plenty where that came from in terms of the video on demand. My previous exploits. Like in that save, the guy on the mound for me right now, Irvine Santana, basically became Pedro Martinez. Absolute demon pitching-wise. As opposed to whatever the heck this is. No, I did not finish the Saturday Scouts with Honkball, Hofetklasse. The reason why? I got my Discord hacked back in October, and although I was able to restore most things from a backup on my computer, I didn't back up my Out of the Park 26 folder. So I lost about a decade worth of Flying Purple baseball beaters and my entire Saturday Scout save. Two-run jack for Vernon Wells, and it's a one-run ball game again.
Strike three.
Yeah, I think the Twins uniforms are a little out of date. Or inaccurate. Runners at the corners for Maurer. Let's get LaTroy Hawkins up. Good grab by Wells. Well, it wasn't that I needed... Well, I wanted to make sure I got rid of any trace of whatever that Discord hijack was. Like, it was a session hijacker, which means it almost got access to my Google account, got access to a bunch of stuff. I got very lucky. Others I know who got the same Discord hack did not. Or were not so lucky. So, I decided...
Strike three.
Better to take... Be overly cautious in the opposite. Alright, can we not groove one to Morneau here, please? That's not better. Okay. Alright. First and second, nobody out for Ibar. Hello, hello. Inside out's this one. That's up the line and fair! Sit down! Down in front! Bases loaded, nobody out for Vernon Wells. Do we stick with Wells or do we go with Trumbo or Borges? I mean, Borges is going to take over in center field at some point. Nah, let's stick with V-Dub. First pitch. Fly ball to the left. Dome it. We'll close in on it. Runners do not advance. Uh-oh. Segura, full count. Caught in deep right field. Runners will tag. Runners at the corners now for Bobby Abreu. Bounce it a short. Played there by Dozier. Oh yeah, gorgeous Borges, definitely. And let's retire Santana and go to LaTroy Hawkins. And let's get Takahashi up. For all the lefties coming. Nice play there by Kendrick. What do we think? Pitch around here? No I, a lot of avoid K. Yeah, we'll pitch around. Oh, he still strokes one. Great. Love it. Twins retake the lead at 6-5. Let's bring in Takahashi to deal with all these lefties. Like so. Thank you. Let's intentionally walk Willingham. Let's get Isringhausen loose. See if we can't get a double play or something out of Morneau. That ball just died. We'll get the double play, though. Round the horn. Full count to Domit. Straight back through the middle for an RBI single. One-two on the way to Jamie Carroll. Bounce at a third. And drop by Pujols. Ibar still figuring out this whole third base thing. Let's get Isringhausen in. There we go. That one did it. Glenn Perkins dealing with 8-9-1. One of those one of those three, though, is Vernon Wells.
Strike three.
Called strike three. Curveball frozen but good. Segura line to right. That will fall for a base hit. Tying run comes to the plate. And we're going to pull a swap and go with Trumbo. Get Downs loose just in case. Oh yeah, the Twins uniforms are incorrect. I will fix. Hunter doinks one into shallow left, and all of a sudden, runners at the corners for you-know-who.
Strike three.
And he goes 0 for 5 today, and the Twinsies win. Dang it, Mike. Well, now I gotta go fix all this. Or at least before each game we play against them, we should fix it. Let's do the Twins a courtesy of getting their uniforms right. Looks like the jersey font loaded properly. There we go. That's more like it. Uh-oh. First injury! Yay! Howie Kendrick with a bases-clearing triple to hand us the win. Jeps in the win, downs his third save of the season. And we pick up the series win against the Twins. Off to New York we go to deal with the Yanks. Yeah, I don't think I need to worry about their uniforms. They never change. Kuroda, Sabathia. Hi, Russell. Hi, Andrew. Oh, Blue Jays off to a hot start. Oh, that would explain why. Henderson Alvarez, the man with two last names. The mighty maestro. All right, let's skip ahead to play Baltimore. I feel like we're going to see Oakland plenty. Strained ab muscle. 5 to 6 weeks. Okay. We lose a slugfest in New York. Is that a 10-3 lead we blow? That is. Ay, ay, ay. Jepson with a terrible day. All right, who can we call up? I feel like Garrett Richards is our best bet. This also keeps him off the Rule 5 draft. Ooh! Ouch! Athletics bring the hurt against our guys. And Jason Isringhausen has decided to call it a career. All right, we got our first losing streak of the season. That's fine. We've lost 5 in a row now. That's not fine. Okay. CJ Wilson pitches a gem. 8 1/3 shutout innings. We're back in it. Segura off to a hot start to his career. Love it. Let's do this. No, we already did a Weaver's start. Let's do the Garrett Richards start of this series. All right, with Tori. All right, with Bobby tired. Let's get Trumbo into the DH. With Tori wobbling a little bit, let's move Borges in. Let's let Mike Trout DH today. Let's move Kendrick up in the lineup. All right, let's see how that goes. Ah, this is the Crush Davis era. Okay. Nice. Robert Andino standing at second with a leadoff double. Slow roller to short. Segura makes the play. Sleeve Fierce. High drive to center field. Borges makes the grab. 2 down. Wearing our Sunday Reds today. That might put the Birdies ahead. Throw by Wells is up the line. Andy Chavez. 2-out single. Tejada lines it right to Wells. Good grab. Pujols with a leadoff double. Here's Iannetta. Line to left. That'll hang up long enough for Pierce. Trumbo, the right fielder today. Seeing eye single. Gotta love when they come right back to the TV like that. Pujols will score. We're all tied up. Ibar, this is popped up into center. Played well by Endy. I'm willing to give it until the end of May before starting to make changes to this organization. Bounce it to short. Segura ends the top of the third. Orioles regain the lead. Borges standing at second, though. Who's that behind the plate? Matt Wieters. That's a good catcher arm. Not gonna lie, I do not know what to do with all the advanced stats. Thank you for the follow, Bronson Johnson. Love the name. Trout with a tying run at third. Bouncer to short. That'll end the bottom of the third. J.J. Hardy makes the grab. So credit where credit is due. Garrett Richards has been pitching pretty well for a rookie. It's popped up on the infield on an 0-2 count. Iannetta standing at second for Ibar. Line to right. Played by Jones. Yeah, well, let's have a chat here. Don't groove one to Crush Davis. That's good. Low with a slider. Bases loaded for Hardy. Chopper up the middle. Played by Kendrick. Inning over. Yes, cotton candy indeed. Let's get LaTroy Hawkins loose. We're going to need to cobble some innings together here.
Strike 3.
All right, has Vernon Wells turned back into a pumpkin? Discuss. Peter Borges with a stolen base. Grounder back to the pitcher's mound. Terrible swing decision there by Segura. Here's Schmendrick. Wild pitch. Gets it past Wieters. Wild pitch. Now the runner's at third. 3-1 on the way. Hit hard to second, and Dino has been our bugaboo today. That'll be the end of the day for Garrett Richards. Troy Hawkins now into the game. There's a runner at second. Oh dear. Well, nobody said this was going to be easy. Geez, everyone threw yesterday. Let's see if we can get a second inning out of Hawkins. All right, Trout with a double. Pujols lines this one to left. That's going to clank around in the corner. Albert Pujols having himself a start to the season. Popped up very high for the first out. Trumbo sends it deep to right, playable for Jones. And now Ibar. Fly ball right center field that will bounce up against the wall with a 2-out double. Angels within one. Very wide pitch by Tillman there. Wells comes set again. Bouncer to third. Charged by Tejada. Inning over. Back to within one. Solo shot by Matt Wieters. Okay, LaTroy, can you not, please? Someone's getting DFA'd. Let's just finish the rest of the game out. Ooh! Dang it! We almost come back and win it. Shoot. All right, off to the Trop. Actually, I don't think the Rays even had... Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why the historical mod isn't loading properly. Oh well. Let's get to the end of the month. I'm sorry, what? Marty! There's our first meddlesome owner bit. Jared Weaver will be sticking around for the next 5 years. I mean, the fans like it. Ooh, I want to play the games against Toronto next. So yeah, we're hovering around 100. We're in the wild card hunt. Only 1.5 games back of the Athletics. We're making a play of it. Please, no more stupid signings. Please. We actually have money to play with next year that I want to use. All right, so credit where credit is due. Vernon Wells is absolutely tearing it up on the escape velocity, the barrel percentage. He's in the percentiles. Garrett Richards is now qualifying for the ERA lead. A 7-6 hang on for dear life win over the Bluebirds. Casey Jansen with a blown save. Dan Herron up against Brandon Morrow. Yeah, we're going to play this one. Vernon Wells up against his old club. Ooh. Happy Jackie Robinson Day, by the way. One thing MLB will never do is explain why Jackie Robinson Day is a thing and why they were privy to making Jackie Robinson a necessity. Nobody does Cap Anson Day, for example. I mean, Skip, Weaver wasn't bad. It's just, I'm not sure if that's the right play for the money. Ah, my guy, Edwin Encarnacion. 1-2 on the way from Heron. Doink to left. First and second for Jose Bautista. And this is one-man gang era Jose Bautista. And he's going to do Bautista things. Adam Lynn, little dribbler back to the mound. Infield single. Infield is in against Kelly Johnson. Favorite season of MLB of all time? It's got to be 2015. Gotta be. Especially for a Toronto Blue Jays fan. And the ball's going to squirt past Kendrick. Everything that could go wrong today is... Yeah, 2015 is my favorite season of MLB of all time. 2025 was pretty close, though. And Mike Trout's going to put a charge into this one. Ding dong! Pitching? Who needs it? First and second now for Trout. Ah, yes, my least favorite sound clips are still in the game. Excuse me one moment. Let me go find all the intro augs and delete. Come on, Pujols. Do the funny thing. All right. RBI ground out. I'll take it. My guy. My sweet Eddie. This was his breakout year, if I remember correctly. Iannetta deep to left field. Leaping is Rajai Davis. And we squeak together another run. Davis with his 12th stolen base of the season. Wow, they're running hard. Infield fly. Segura makes the grab. All right, I think I've seen enough of Heron here. Let's get Jepsen up. Great. All right, we got Davis to swing and miss. Let's get Jepsen in. Fresh arm. Hollywood Ty, play more perfect team. You'll learn all these guys. Trout standing at second after a stolen base. Hello, hello. And a balk is called on Freyson Jazer. The human rain delay. Well, that'll be a sacrifice. Ooh, Iannetta aboard with a one-out single. Did Iannetta get thrown out at home? Oh boy. Come on, Vernon. Nope. Sure has a lot of swing and miss in that. Runners at the corners for Kelly Johnson. Let's go get Takahashi up. And an RBI wild pitch. Makes it 7-4.
Strike three.
All right, just got to get Laurie out and we're out of the pain zone. All right. We need 3 runs here. Plunked by Cordero. First and second. Whee! Double steal. Bouncer up the middle. Going to be a tough play. No play. Here come the Angels. Omar Vizquel at short. 45-year-old Omar Vizquel at short. Blue Jays. Never change. They're going to go home. And it's bobbled and missed by Aaron Sevilla. Pujols now still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. And Pujols is going to do Pujols things. La Maquina. Is that a triple? No, it'll be a double for Albert Pujols. Angels lead 8-7. Los Del V into the game. See, now I'm just seeing all the Blue Jays guys from when I was a huge fan of the team and going in person to games, you know? This is fun. Like Brett Laurie, a.k.a. Gordy Dougie. Oh, he's actually good in the game. Oh. A potential trade target. Surround Mike Trout with all my favorite guys from the 2013 season. Why not? Why not? Blue Jays are probably not going to let go of him, but guy can hope. Runners at the corners, still nobody out here. Bobby with a chance to blow this one open. Nope. Good running there by Ionetta. Kendrick lined right to second. Johnson doubles off. Ooh, almost. Pujols almost got doubled off there. And V-Dub picks up an RBI hit against his old team. Segura line drive to left. Leaping grab by Davis. He makes the play. Takahashi is in because Rich Thompson is unavailable. Yes, what an inning indeed. Davis to center field. Trout makes the grab. Scotty Downs getting loose in the bullpen to close this one out. Uh-oh. Omar Vizquel, 45 years old. RBI double. And the tying run is on the other side of the mound. We're going to ask Scotty Downs to get us 9 out, or to get us 4 outs. Another former Blue Jay. Straight up the middle, inning over. Sergio Santos into the game. All right, do we need to make any defensive subs? Yes, let's get Borges in there to take over for Trout. In center field. One, two on the way to Jose Bautista. Line to left, but the outfield was playing deep, so Wells will just bring in a very loud single. Designated hitter Yan Gomes, the Brazilian catcher, floats it into right. Bautista going first to third. Uh-oh. Infield is in against Johnson. Fly ball to center. Borges loads, and the throw home is late. We're all tied up. Well, Troy Hawkins getting loose in the bullpen. Bouncer to second. They'll go to second for one. And it's a double play. Walk-off time here in the bottom of the ninth. Brett Cecil on the mound, a.k.a. Squints. I can't remember if I gave him that nickname or if that's by default, but he got the nickname because he left his sport goggles at home on one of the road trips that the Blue Jays went on. The Flying Dutchman, yep, Twins. One of the greats. Trumbo will step into DH here. High drive. Left center field. Drive home safely. Mark Trumbo with a pinch hit walk-off home run. Angels win 10-9. Way! Let's get to our first break day of the season. So the offense is absolutely chugging on all cylinders. The defense looks like absolute garbage. We are just slugging our way into and out of every single game. ERA 29th in the league. Ay, ay, ay. Fielding stats. Let's see who's to blame for all this. Okay, Kendrick, not the best defender. Ibar, give him credit. He's figuring it out. Segura's an amazing defender at short, though. We're keeping him. Trout can't play center. I could have told you that. Hunter having a bad time in right field, though, is a little odd. Oop, right, I need to get the right uniforms for the Ragnars. I don't know if I just need to reinstall the historical uniforms mod or something. Oh, you Darvish. Hamina. Thankfully, we don't get to see him. Ballpark in Arlington. Globe Life Field, whatever you want to call it. That's a cool looking shot. Is that the pitch I chose? Oh, I want CFTV Modern. That's the one I want. There we go. Oh dear, wild pitch. Maybe we need a better defensive catcher than Ionetta. You know, maybe. Okay, CJ is going to be doing CJ things, I guess.
Strike three.
Nice change up there. Hello, old friend, Leonis Martin. There, you can see the Anaheim jersey. Good. That was visible. Hoppy into the dirt. Wilson makes the play. Oh, hello. Come on, Tori. Bah.
Strike three.
Oof. Ionetta. Deepest part of the park. Here's Kendrick. Hit hard. Is that going to be a double play? Yep. Dang. Runners at first and second and nothing with them. High fly ball to right. Torrey Hunter makes the grab, ending the bottom of the fourth. Rangers lead 1-0. Ibar standing at second. Here's Bobby.
Strike three.
Take a look. Okay, we can get one more inning out of CJ. Hello. Infield fly, easy grab by Beltray. Ionetta puts a charge into this one, and that one will find the stands. Whee! Righty, righty, righty. Isring, Isring, Isring.
Strike three.
Vernon Wells tees off, and this one has a chance, and that one is gone. Your mom seems like a righteous person, Skip. All right. You know what? Let's go with the platoon matchups. Atsamore. All right, popped up to left. Coming in Trout. Yoink. And then we got a couple lefties coming up, so we'll go to Takahashi. Nice play by Isringhausen. Okay, this may not be a save situation for much longer. Trout with a nice little line drive. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's Pujols. Hit hard to third. They're going to come home. It's a double play. Thankfully, we do not Noble Tiger the situation. Oopsie, wild pitch. Oh, he seems happy. Kendrick with a charge into this one. Up against the wall, right next to the Hess sign. Rangers running into the Angels' buzzsaw of an offense. And deep in the heart of Texas. Takahashi gives up a solo home run to Jason Bourbon, but gets out of the rest of the inning without further headaches. Let's see if we can avoid using our big arms. Let's go to LaTroy for the 8th. I'm beginning to suspect LaTroy Hopkins just does not have it anymore. Oh man, that there's particular and then there's that, Skip. That's an excellent story. Hit hard right into the shift though. We'll take the out. Good play by Ibar. Make that 2 good plays. All right, Hawkins gets us out of the inning. Dribbler to third, Beltray. Automatic as they come. That one fell in no man's land. My goodness. And Torrey Hunter scores. Nine to 3, and we're going to go to Jepson for the 9th at this point. Let's just finish the half inning. There we go. He's going to let the first 2 men reach. Great. Hoppy's going to go the other way. Lovely. My kingdom for a bullpen. Where's K-Rod when you need him? Josh Hamilton now. Booted by Kendrick. 5th error on the season. It's just becoming May. Tying run is now on deck. Oh, for booting up cold. There we go. Downs comes in, gets his 3 outs. Jepson fails to record a single out. But we won! Ooh, White Sox coming to town. I think that's where we're going to pull off to the side here. Mini-series win up against Oakland. Dan Herron pitches a complete game shutout. Okay. We don't know when Jerome Williams is coming back. I gotta see who else we want to be in. We want to have in our organization. Who the talented players are. But I'm gonna do that off stream. This ridiculous looking lineup of ours. Now, if only we could get some bleeping defense. Let's see who's on the trading block. I mean, we have no money is the other side of the coin. All right, let's take a look at the stats here. We got to find more playing time for Trumbo. Between Tori, Bobby, and Mike, outfield seems pretty solid. That's a great one, Skip. That's a lot of blue. Strikes out too much. We're going to work on that in the off season. Still, we're in a playoff hunt. I'll take it. You'll see me next on Saturday with the Saturday Sovereigns, my Canadian Baseball Confederation save getting underway. We're going to raid y'all over to Hollywood Ty, who is working on his own franchise, the New Orleans Pilots. Should be a lot of fun. And next week, saving Mike Trout, another lineup intro, properly saved this time. And we'll see how this ridiculous, lopsided team fares as we continue to move forward and win this man his ring. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Firage, take us out. Have a great rest of the week.